Hello everybody. Today we'll be talking about the newest chapter of Berserk that got released April 28th. Now, I just recently read this chapter and boy do I have a lot of things to say. First things first, of course, I want to talk about the cover art. It is stunning. It is beautiful, honestly, and it gives a little hint about what's going to happen later on in the chapter, which is awesome. But let's start talking about the chapter now. We open up the chapter with Casca's point of view when she was being taken by Griffith and seeing the island plummet into the sea. However, her main focus isn't the island, it's Guts, saying he's disappearing into the distance. Even the last 3 panels of that page are Guts seemingly walking away into the distance. Casca then wakes up and finds herself in a large and empty room. Casca then gets up fully, but what's interesting is that she touches her chest where her brand is, and it's not bleeding. She then asks herself if that was a dream. However, before she can think about it more, 4 women enter her room. They tell her good morning and even call her Milady and tell her now it's time to get dressed. They dress her in this vibrant crimson feathery dress and ask her if it's to her liking, but she doesn't respond. What's interesting about this dress is that it reminds me of the dress she wore when she and Guts danced. In the 1997 anime, the dress was red. However, in the movies and I think in the manga, it was supposed to be white with some red accents, or completely white. Anyways, after she's done getting dressed, from her balcony, Casca sees the new Band of the Falcon. The maids say that the Band of the Falcon is making another campaign, and even calling the Band of the Falcon truly brave and valiant. Hearing these words, Casca begins to shed some tears, and the maids assume it's because the army frightened her. However, I don't believe that's the case. I think she's thinking back to the original Band of the Falcon and her friends who died. However, the maids move her away from seeing the army and go to a field that is full of children. Interestingly enough, the kids already run to Casca as if they already know who she is. You can easily chalk this up to kids just wanting someone new to play with, but this makes me wonder, has Casca been there for days or maybe even weeks? During a bath, Casca washes her face and then seemingly remembers everybody back on the island. She even asks herself what this is, implying that she has been under some spell due to Griffith. Later, Casca sits in a room alone with a single chair and a desk. Oddly enough, the room does resemble a cage. Suddenly, Casca seems to remember everything and begins to go crazy, trying to escape, but the maids call for the guards. The guards enter her room and point their weapons at Casca. However, Casca grabs a vase, breaks it over one of the guards, grabs their sword, kicks them away, and then fucking slices their arm off. Now, I really like this because it's just kind of going back to the Casca we used to know before the eclipse, and I love it. It shows that she still has the skill and the power to fight. After all that, Casca begins to run away as the guards chase her, and she says that she has to go back. I have to get back, knowing that what's going on around her is just a big lie. As Casca continues to run, she says if I don't make it back, then Guts, she doesn't get to finish her sentence. Casca knows already what Guts has been through, due to her memories of when she was not in the right state of mind. Guts didn't take it well the first time, and she knows he probably won't take it well this time. And yeah, my boy isn't looking too well. However, in the next page, Casca is in her bed, sleeping. As she sleeps, Griffith and his commanders have a meeting. When Irvine arrives to the meeting, Locust reminds him to bend the knee to Griffith, which he does. Irvine then tells Griffith that the bird now dozes peacefully in her cage, her flight over. In the next panel, Zod looks distraught. I've seen a few people say that Zod might turn against Griffith, and I actually somewhat agree with this, only because I think Zod's grown bored of working with Griffith. After all, almost every enemy that Griffith has faced is now dead. There's no one more for Zod to fight, and he loves to fight. He might not also agree with what Griffith's doing with Casca. I've also heard that Irvine might join Zod if he turns coat, and I actually agree with this. Irvine is like one of my favorite apostles, and he does seem to have his own set of morals. But back to the topic at hand, Griffith then says the East. Belt and Locust look up to Griffith as Locust repeats East. Griffith smiles as he looks to the World Tree. We are then left with these ominous words. Everything naturally flows according to his will. Now, of course, to the east is the Kushan Empire, which no doubt Griffith wants to take over. And also to the east is Rickard, who knows exactly what Griffith is. However, I'm sure that's not the reason Griffith is going to the east. He's going to the east to conquer it, because I believe his new dream is to conquer the world instead of a single country. It's not too far-fetched. Griffith grows bored of ruling a country and decides he wants to rule the world. Guts and the others are no doubt on their way to go save Casca. However, that leaves a bit of uncertainty. After all, once Guts arrives at Falconia, who is he going to have to fight? Will Zod turn coat and actually help Guts fight Griffith? Will we finally get information about what Rickard's been up to? I don't think we can be so certain, but we know one thing. This chapter sets up the beginning of the end for Berserk. We can only sit and wait until we know what happens next. Like we haven't been doing that for fucking years. I want to thank everybody who stuck around for this video because this is one of my first ever manga review videos I'm going to be doing. I plan to do more in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed it because I did. It was really fun for me to talk about the latest chapter of Berserk, and I hope to cover more chapters in the future and other animes as well as manga. I hope to do analysis videos and everything. This isn't just a gameplay channel or anything other else. I want to talk about manga and anime stuff because those are big influences on my life. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, and comment if you can. Doesn't matter, but be a big help for me. Thanks a lot, and hope to see you guys soon.